So winter's coming, and the car's out of the garage, getting prepped for winter. This is the first part of my winter series build. We got Mr. Plasti Dip here.
It's your Hyperdip.
Hyperdip.
Yeah, this is classier than that.
Yeah. So, this is episode 1. This is very unplanned, but just, these are my winter wheels, as you all know and love, or I love them. Hockblita R5 snow tires, fantastic tire. They're gunmetal, which is cool. That's fine, looks good. But so are my actual wheels behind the Tesla, are gunmetal. So I wanted to make these bronze, go, TRD spec. So we're using Hyperdip Bronze Gold from DipYourCar.com. Not sponsored yet.
Paid full price.
Paid mostly full price. And yeah, we're gonna see how this works because I've always wanted to try this. You've done this with a few cars.
Done it quite a bit, yeah.
So I brought this expert up from Texas. Put him up in a 4-star hotel.
Just for this.
Yeah. So while we're already here doing so many other things, may as well do this. Not really gonna film the entire process, but supposedly with this stuff, you put on a few different coats. I don't know, 4 or 5 coats.
Yeah.
Does it say?
Hyperdip, it's more brilliant finish. It doesn't feel as flat.
Yeah.
It's a flat finish, but it doesn't feel it's more vibrant. It's like you take the contrast and HDR mode and you just turn it up a little bit on regular bronze.
Heck
what
yeah.
I discovered. I did this on my Mustang a long time ago.
So, oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan, just a few coats, and we're not even gonna do the card trick, partially because the cards weren't fitting in. I mean, this
Because of all that tread.
yeah, all that tread. I mean, we could let the air out and stuff, but honestly, supposedly this stuff is really good at just peeling off the rubber immediately, especially when the rubber's clean, which it is clean as far as I know. Now, I don't have tire shine. That makes it like extremely easy, but
Oh, I have some.
you have some?
Yeah.
With you? Oh.
Yeah.
Let's try. Yeah, okay.
The key also is to peel it off easily. You have to have some thick coats. So like right now I did 1 layer. This isn't gonna come off without some elbow grease, but the more layers we pull down, it'll pull off.
Yeah, it pulls off with itself,
I'll
basically.
go grab my entire time.
Sweet. So we're just going to do these 4 wheels, bronze. They're not going to look as brilliant as these Martian wheels, but you know what? It's on a budget. Ron's on a budget. Maybe that's what I'll title this series, or this episode, because this is the first episode of a multi-part series. I say multi-part because I don't know how many parts yet. Multi-part series of winter prepping my Miata, this thing right here. So going to do the bronze on the winter wheels, and also I think some mud flaps and maybe some other fun little things, because why not have fun in the winter? You already look ridiculous enough winter driving a Miata, so I'm just gonna go full send on that. And if you have any other winter ideas, let me know in the comments, because I'm in full winter prep mode, as you can tell. So yeah, I'm gonna hyper dip these wheels, show you a little bit of the process as we go along. Maybe some juicy B-roll, maybe some really crappy B-roll. I'm not really sure. Once again, this was not planned at all. We were just like, oh, let's just do this. A mod came in clutch as always. Used a bit of tire shine on the actual tires, which supposedly that helps it come up even more. And then to apply the actual Plasti Dip, pretty simple. We already kind of did one because he's teaching me how, but he's off driving S4s with Luke because they both own, between the two of them, they own 3 S4s, so they have a problem. Anyways, basically what he said is nice, even, not too close to the wheel, and all in the same direction. And you don't want to go too heavy because it will drip. But we're gonna do all the same direction this coat, and then the next coat we'll rotate 90 degrees and do all the same direction across the wheels, and you just keep building layers. The sun is setting beautifully over the mountains, beautifully over these cars out here. I wouldn't call a Honda Pilot beautiful, but no offense if you have one. Ventilation. Ventilation is very important. Work in a well-ventilated space, ideally without direct sunlight, as they say, and also, don't use like super cold or super hot. I hear as far as temperature, it's like 70 degrees out, so this is pretty much perfect. But I've heard especially cold can even be harder to work with. So lots of little coats, and they are not perfect, but the wheels weren't perfect. So honestly, these are the perfect set of wheels for me to get my toe wet in Plasti dipping. Figuratively speaking, I don't want to actually spray my feet, but yeah, they are coming together, and I'm thrilled. Honestly, this color is beautiful. This is roughly, I don't know, it's hard to say how many coats because The first couple ones are really light, and then they started getting a bit heavier. Maybe I should say like 5 coats, but none of these coats are that heavy. So 5, 6, something like that. A lot of curb rash. Hey, I didn't do any of that. I bought these wheels used, super cheap. Literally, they were like basically free because they came with brand new snow tires, and I bought them for the cost of the snow tires. Those are my last snow tires, Champuro Ice Pros. These are the new snow tires, Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s. Go check out that video to see more about snow tires. Of course, I'm going to be getting more snow driving this winter. More videos on that coming. But yeah, little imperfections, especially around where the under coating, like the actual paint of the wheel itself, the finish or whatever, was rough. But hey, I'll take it. These are my winter beater wheels. This is why I wanted these to be a first try at Plasti dipping. This is 2 cans now, so we have done effectively half a can per wheel. I called a mod who is made it to Texas in his Audi, even though he was working on it right there. He said pile it on there, and the reason is because once I remove this, if I ever do, which honestly I don't think I'll ever want to, maybe I'll just keep applying cans like a patchwork, because I love this color so much. It looks fantastic, and here's a little piece of sunlight that lets you see kind of the glisten. Oh yes. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera, honestly. The camera's not doing it justice. I will do beauty shots later once these are done and on the car. But he said the reason is, if I ever wanted to remove it, you want to peel it off, and it comes off better if it's thicker. So I'm going to keep adding thickness, both for protection, because, you know, if one rock, let's say, hits it, maybe you have a better chance of bouncing off. If there's more actual compound it has to break through in order to break the yeah, whatever. Thicker is more protective and will make it easier for removal. But anyways, that's your 2 can update. On to the third. How about a test fit? I'll eventually put these on the car, obviously, but just while we're spraying, we can at least get an idea. And there's what my car would look like with like, I don't know, 200 mil spacers.
I think the bronze tire is a good look.
Yeah, that's kind of rad, actually. But these are gonna look pretty sweet. It's definitely a muted bronze, kind of like you know, Ethan on the channel recently got Koenig
Ampliform?
Yeah, which are a nice like deep bronze, which sometimes even looks gunmetal. So it's crazy how right now in this lighting it looks a bit almost gray, but then in like actual sunlight, like if you look at those in the sunlight, it looks more bronze. So I'm a fan of this color so far, like big fan. So yeah, I'm excited. I think this is turning out great. All right, this is 3 full cans, and I think it's looking great. I'm peeling it off the tire portion right now, and this is so satisfying. Oh my gosh. Just that contrast right there is exactly what I was looking for. Side note, if you all watched my tuning video, you saw the Ioniq 6. Well, here it is, a much closer, a different one. This is one Max is testing this week. Yeah, what do you think of the look of this car? It's striking, for better or for worse. Some people like it, some people don't like it. It's grown on me. I first saw it in Germany about 1.5 years ago, and I was like, they were like pre-production prototypes, and I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it looks better in person than it did in the initial rendering, so I'll take it. Side note, some of you might have wondered why I wasn't masking off underneath the wheels. I wasn't really concerned. Like, this stuff just comes right off the garage floor, so yeah, easy cleanup right there. But you can just put cardboard down or a tarp or trash bags if you're concerned about garage floor or anything like that. Yeah, it's just easy to clean up after this stuff, which is pretty great. I'm a fan of working with it so far. Big fan. This is the bit more challenging part. Basically what I've been doing, this is the fourth wheel, just so I could show you guys, is using one of these things, work it off the rubber. It's not perfect. It takes a lot of elbow grease, a lot more than I would wish. But what's great, honestly, is that the stuff that peeled off really well is what is right up against the actual wheel itself. So I feel like I can safely use the power drill thing right here and just kind of work the edges, because I don't have to worry about getting too close to the wheel where I don't have to worry about scratching the wheel. So it's a good solution for me. What might work better for you is just using more Plasti dip. That is probably why the wheel kit itself was 5 cans instead of 4. This is 4 cans, which I think is fine for the wheel itself, but then again, it's the stuff around it that can be a bit more challenging. All right, well, here's kind of the final asterisk, final look of the winter wheels. Here, 2 are mounted to the car. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but you could totally run 2 different sets of wheels on your car. Just one on one side, one on the other side. Obviously, from a performance perspective, they should be identical specs and weight, with identical tires, with identical wear, but it's possible. Obviously, I wouldn't drive it like this, 17s on one side with performance tires, 16s on the other with snow tires. Not recommended, but here's how it looks. Other than being probably a little bit low tire pressure because I haven't used these since last winter. But this is the Bronze Gold, kind of out in the sun, which you've seen it plenty in the shade. Here's the shade right here. Of course, I don't know how the phone is really color grading this or if it's doing it properly. If it's bad, I'll fix it in post, so don't worry about it. But yeah, here's how it is. So I did all the brushing off with the drill on the wheels, or the tires, sorry. And there's still some gold fleck in there. Honestly, a power wash will take that off, but you have to be careful with power washing, because power washing is also how you remove Plasti dip. At least if if it's peeling away, then you start chipping away at it with power washer. But I think if I'm careful, I could get it off the wheels. No real regrets. I just could have done a bit better with hitting a bit harder with the tire shine underneath the first coat. Or there's also a special product I think they sell to make it like prevent Plasti dip from sticking. That's probably would have helped. Or doing it thicker. I've also seen life hack videos of people, like basically cutting out a trash bag with the perfect size of the wheel. And then, especially if you can deflate your tires and like tuck it in. You do have to be careful though, because if you do that and spray it on the trash bag and then peel up the trash bag, you might peel up some of the coating too. So it's a delicate process, more delicate than I thought. So let me know what you guys think of the bronze on the winter car look. And thank you for joining on this first part of my winterization series. So like I said, kind of 3 parts, maybe 4 if I can either get lucky or figure out that 4th component. But 3 parts, 1 done, bronze Plasti dip on the winter wheels. I'm pretty excited. Don't know how long it's gonna last. Once again, it wasn't professionally done. I think it could have come out better if I had known a bit more of what I was doing or had like a professional help me the whole way. Imad was a great help in the beginning. I think it would have been even worse off without him, so thank you, Imad. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I dig the white and black kind of with the gold accents. I'm a big fan. Got the little red brake calipers kind of sticking through there. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, give a like. If you don't like it, leave a comment and let's have a little debate down there. And yeah, winter wheels, Plasti dips. Next up for the winter build series is the mud flaps and also the roof rack. So stay tuned, this is gonna be fun. Winter is coming. It's 60 degrees today, but winter is coming.
It latched so